Bienvenidos! We're going to learn how to express the time of events in Spanish. In Spanish, when we're talking about time on a clock, we're talking about what time events happen, we're going to use the term hour, not the term time. So in Spanish, to talk about the time that an event is going to happen, we're going to use the term hora. And when we talk about time, referring to time as measured by a clock, it's la hora. They don't use the word time, they use this term, la hora. And in Spanish, if we want to ask what time an event is going to happen, we're going to use the term hora in that question. To ask what time is the class or what time is the party, the sentence is going to start out, what time is, and then have the event stated after is. So if we're going to ask what time the party is, what time is a qué hora es? A qué hora es? At what hour is? Okay, because we're talking about hour in Spanish, at what hour is, and then we can put whatever the event is. If it's a party, we'll say la fiesta. So in Spanish, we ask, at what hour is the party? ¿A qué hora es la fiesta? And then to answer that question, we have to say that the party is at a particular hour, okay? But we don't have to say the party. We can just say is at a particular hour. Because in Spanish, we don't have it. We can't say it is at a particular hour. It's just is at a particular hour. But remember that is here, es, is referring to the party. The party is, okay? The party is at las, and then however many hours it is. So if it's at 2 o'clock, ¿a qué hora es la fiesta? At what hour is the party? Is at 2 o'clock. Es a las 2. Es a las 2. Okay? We could put any number in here between 2 and 12 to represent the hours 2 to 12. But if it's closer to 1 o'clock, then we have to say es a la 1. And the only difference here is las becomes la. Okay, because it's only 1 hour, we have to use the singular article la. Es a las refers to multiple hours. Es a la refers to the hour 1. In another video, we talk about how to tell time in Spanish. And similarly, in the case of talking about the time of an event, we're going to express time according to whatever hour it's closest to. Okay? So if it's closest to 3 o'clock, then we're going to express time closest to 3 o'clock. Let's say it's 2:45. At 2:45, what time is it closest to? Is it closer to 2 or closer to 3? It's closer to 3, so we will express time according to whatever hour it's closest to. So we can't say es a las 2, we have to say es a las 3. And then we can either add or subtract minutes from 3 o'clock to tell more accurately that it's 2:45. It's actually 15 minutes before 3. In order to get the accurate time, we're going to take 15 minutes away from 3 o'clock. So next we're going to say 3 minus 15. 3 menos 15. Es a las 3 menos 15. We'll never say 2:45 in Spanish. The largest number we can use to express time in this area, in the number of minutes after an hour, is 30. After the 30 minutes, then it becomes closer to the next hour. So we go up to the next hour, and instead of adding, we take away. Now, if it were 1:30, if the party is at 1:30, es a la una, and we have to add time to 1, y, and then in this blank we can either put the number 30 for 30 minutes, or media, which means half. Okay. Es a la una y, when we're adding, media. So in this blank we can put, for this phrase, es a las, we can put any number 2 to 12 to express the number of hours. In this first blank after the hour, we can either have minus or and, depending on whether we're adding minutes to the hour or subtracting minutes to the hour to get an accurate time. In this blank, we're going to put the number of minutes, or if it's a half an hour, we can put media, or if it's a quarter of an hour, we can put cuarto. If it's 15 minutes, we can put cuarto instead of 15. So this could actually be, the same time would be es a las 3 menos cuarto. So in this blank we can put cuarto, media, or the numbers 1 through 30. Now, this blank over here is what we use to talk about what time of day it is. Is it morning, afternoon, or night? If it was 1:30 p.m., would that be morning, afternoon, or night? It would be afternoon. So if we want to say the party was 1:30 in the afternoon, we'd say es a la 1:30 de la tarde. Es a la 1:30 de la tarde. If someone had to get up super early to go to work because they had to drive so far to get to work, they had to get up at 2:45 in the morning, let's say. Es a las 3 menos 15 de la mañana. So at the end of our expression of time, we have 3 choices to talk about whether it's happening in the morning, afternoon, or night, and that would be de la mañana, de la tarde, de la noche. We can also say that an event is happening at noon or at midnight. To answer the question, ¿a qué hora es la fiesta? If the fiesta is happening at noon, we could say es, which is referring to the party, okay, it is, es al mediodía, or we could say, if it's happening at midnight, we could say es a la medianoche, es a la medianoche.